right, ho, 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 and welcome to the Cannon County Chamber Connection, and thanks to DTC Communications for giving Chamber this opportunity to make you aware of what's going on in Cannon County. And on December 2nd, the Woodbury Lions Club held their Pancakes with Santa, the Christmas parade, and the tour of homes. The weather did not cooperate. However, there was a little break in the rain, just long enough for the parade to get through town. And it was a good parade. I think we had 100 and some entries. Some people backed out that had items that couldn't get wet. But it was a good parade. The Pancakes with Santa was great. We had a big crowd for that. And the tour of homes, it probably made a difference in the amount of people that went to that. But we do appreciate everybody that went to the trouble of decorating and putting their home on that event. Maybe next year will be better. We only have one guest today, and he is Mr. Colby McKinney. And Colby, you have gotten the digital sign business in Woodbury, right?
Yes, ma'am. If I'm not mistaken, it's the first one ever.
It is.
That's in the town of Woodbury and the entire county of Cannon County, I think. So we're very happy to be here. We're a small business. We've only just got a few of them, and we've got one here in Woodbury. We've got one in Smithville. We've got one down in Gordonsville, Tennessee, in Smith County, and then we've got one or a couple up in Lenoir City, Tennessee. And then we've got
that's a high traffic area up there.
Yeah, it is. And then we've got a new one. Actually, we're branching out of the state. We've got one going up in Alabama around the first of next year. So,
wow.
But yeah, we're happy to be here. It's something new, and I think so far people have received it well, and it's been
I
successful.
do too. Woodbury is. I really didn't know what to expect, to tell you the truth, but it seems like everybody's jumped in there on that. So
yeah, I think so. This is a growing area, and you have a lot of pass-through traffic.
We certainly do.
That and it's give the opportunity for some local businesses to capture some of that pass-through traffic and say, hey, we're here. We've got things going on here in town. If you're from Murfreesboro or from McMinnville or from a surrounding county or even out of state, and you're passing through here, you may not know that there's a car show going on this weekend. If you're not tied into this community, if you happen to not be on a Facebook group or look at other local media like the newspaper or the radio, and those are great avenues for folks that are local. But if you're just passing through here, you may not know that
right.
What's going on in the community, and this is a way that people can advertise their business and services, and they can get the word out.
I have had people call me and say, I thought I seen something about a car show.
Yeah.
You did see something about a car show.
Like I say, it's a great thing, and we're happy to be here. We try to partner with the chamber in each community that we're in, and we try to help the chamber promote their events and community events and nonprofit events as we have space available. So that's something we strive to do. We try to give back and not just just take from a community that we're in. But if you ever have anybody out there has a nonprofit event or something of that nature, and you need to have it promoted, if we have some space, we'll try to help you. We stay pretty full on it most of the time, but if we do have a little vacancy, we can try to help out.
You'd like to find some spots or a spot in McMinnville, right?
Yes, and not just McMinnville, pretty much anywhere in the state of Tennessee, or I've told people anywhere in the United States. We are looking, seriously, we are looking to put up more, preferably in the southeast, just because, of traveling to them to get them set up. But yeah, we're looking for, if you know a landowner that might have a piece of property in a high traffic count area, preferably near a stoplight or somewhere where, there's
and it really doesn't take much land to put one of these up, does it?
And most of the time, it takes up land that would be otherwise unusable because we put them right out next to the road, as close to the right-of-way as we can get it. And most setbacks in towns, you can't build a structure within 25 or 35 foot of right-of-way anyway. So this would be, it would be a way for a landowner to make some revenue with otherwise unusable land. And if it's, commercial property, you have a lot of people that invest in commercial property and rent the building. Well, this would be a way to generate more revenue for their commercial property, kind of like a value add to their investment. And it'd be mailbox money. They just, they have to do zero work and they get a check every month or every quarter.
It's kind of like the towers.
Yeah, like a cell
Verizon
tower. Yeah. I feel like these are a little more attractive than a cell
They
tower. I hope they're, that's not to discredit cell towers. We are so dependent on our cell phones. We have to have them. But yeah, I feel like these are a little more, at least
colorful.
Yeah.
Cell phone operators will be getting, cell phone tower operators and owners will be getting in touch with you to put a digital billboard on their tower.
Yes, yeah, we can put one at the top of a cell phone tower.
Make it look more better, right?
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, we're
you just don't get the finder's fee, Carolyn, now that you mentioned that idea, so.
But hey, if you're out there and you know of somewhere that may be a good spot to put a digital sign, we'll compensate you for your time. We'll pay you a finder's fee, and just because we're just aggressively looking to put more, and we're trying to grow our business. And signs in like ours are heavily regulated by local cities and counties, and also by state by TDOT. So you're, we're kind of limited on where you can put them, and there's spacing requirements and laws and sizing requirements. But I know there are still good spots out there, but I'm just one guy, and it's hard to, to be
search everywhere.
Right. Tell you a funny story. When we first started this, what I did is I Googled every Walmart in the state of Tennessee, and I have been to almost every Walmart in the state of Tennessee. And the reason is Walmart has as a company, they spend millions of dollars researching demographics of areas of where to put their Walmarts in the best locations.
Right.
They've done the work for us. That's where the traffic is. That's where the that's where the people are going to be. So what I did is I Googled every Walmart, and like I said, went to most Walmarts in the state to see if there's any real estate around that we could potentially buy or lease to put a sign. And that's actually how we found the one in Smithville.
Oh, okay.
I'm from Smith County in Gordonsville area, and when I started my Walmart search, I went to the surrounding counties first and drove to Smithville, and it just so happened that this property across the street from Walmart was for sale. And so we actually purchased 4 acres across from Walmart just to put, just to be able to put our billboard up. So we're like I said, there's no property too big or too small. We're looking to, we could buy the property, or we could do if the person doesn't want to sell, we could do a long-term land lease. And it's it pays good for the landowner. I mean, for them to have zero money invested in it, and to let us use a little bit of their property that would otherwise be unusable, and then get a pretty good check every quarter. And so it's a
well, shoot, if you keep talking, I might let you put one in my yard.
Hey, yeah, it's a win-win. I tell people the good thing about being in business is there doesn't have to be any losers. Everybody can win. Everybody can win in business. Everybody can get a little cut of the pie. But yeah, we're happy to be in Woodbury. I think this is a growing area. It's being squeezed by
both sides,
and people.
By Murfreesboro especially, because they're moving closer and closer.
Well, yeah, you guys, the Murfreesboro, is so cram-packed with folks, and moving here, there's a lot of development and things going on in that area, and you've got a lot of your folks that are from Murfreesboro that are wanting to try to branch out, and if they can commute 30
right, they always
minutes.
tell me, I may have to work down there, but I don't want to fight the traffic.
Right.
And really, we have a main highway that goes through here, And at certain times of the day, it does get quite busy, mainly because you've got traffic coming from McMinnville and Smithville going to Murfreesboro.
Yep.
And then in the afternoon, these people are going home.
Well, you have the traffic count on the highway where our sign is, it's like 14, 15,000 cars a day, you know,
Yeah.
so that's, from the sign business, we like that because that's how many impressions we have on our, you know, per day. But, you know, as far as being here in your local businesses, I mean, that's a lot of eyeballs that travel through here that you might could potentially get to stop and maybe spend a little money, get a tank of gas and a you know, meal.
That's
and
right.
Go shopping and stop at an antique store or, you know, so it's
That's what we're hoping.
yeah, yeah, but
The thing is, I always laugh at my husband. He says, well, I have to get down there. We probably need to get down there after 8:30. And I says, why? And he says, well, you got the high school traffic and then you got people going to work and the traffic is terrible. I thought, I've lived in really big cities.
yeah.
And
He's talking about it like it's downtown Nashville or something. He's got to sit in traffic
And I
around.
thought, come on. That's like when people tell me that they'll give me an excuse for something. They want something convenient, and I'll say, well, there's a grocery store, but it's going up toward Manchester right there. It's still in town. And they said, oh, that's clear across town.
Oh, wow.
I can
Yeah.
drive
2 minutes, yeah, 2 minutes.
2
across town.
minutes, I can make it out there.
They wouldn't make it in Murfreesboro because clear across town is,
Oh, I was down
is about
there.
a 2-hour drive, you know.
I was down there Monday and I ran into an issue there because the medical center down there is branching out all over Murfreesboro.
Yeah, they built
They've
a
got
new
little independent clinics now all over. And of course, you go to the medical center to see a doctor and they say, oh, we've moved him out on Shelbyville Highway. And I thought,
Oh, okay.
you didn't
okay.
tell me.
Yeah, and see, now they built a new one over off of,
There's two out on 231.
yeah, 231, and then there's another MMC that they built and they've opened up. It's right on Veterans Center
Yes.
Parkway, and that's a massive one. And it looks like the ones that are next to the hospital, you know, and you're sitting out there thinking, and I've had the same type of thing. It's like, oh, they didn't say anything about moving him. What in the world? But and then you've got another little regional hospital looking like building right next door to it. So yeah, Murfreesboro's pretty big, but I guarantee you, it's not. Traffic is not a problem here as it is in Murfreesboro. Not even close, you know.
And I thank God every time I come
Yeah,
back from
yeah.
down there.
And I live in
Living with
Murfreesboro.
me.
Don't get me wrong. I live in Rutherford County. I live on the Joe B. Jackson side of life. For right now, we're okay until we get that Buc-ee's built. When we get the Buc-ee's
Is that
built, that's
where
going to be.
they're putting
Oh
that
yeah, they're
is on
putting it over
Joe
on
B.
the other.
Jackson?
They're putting it on the other side of the interstate off of Joe B. Jackson Parkway. And what the big thing is, Butler Drive, and everybody knows where Butler Drive is. It's the home of General Mills. A lot of people from Cannon County go to work at General Mills. There's been a thing where a lot of wrecks happen at the intersection of Butler Drive and Joe B. Jackson because that's where a lot of people take to get back to Woodbury or to get back to Highway 41 and stuff. So with Buc-ee's is in their deal with Buc-ee's has to supply a traffic light at that intersection now. So when they get it all built, which is next year, is what they're hoping, and open up. Have you ever been to a Buc-ee's before?
I
I
haven't.
have.
Oh,
I
man.
have. Yeah, it's worth the trip.
It's
just
a
to-
city.
Yeah, oh, it is. Yeah,
It is. It's a Cracker Barrel, Walmart, and a convenience store all in one deal. Plus a restaurant, I think. Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty neat.
And they kind of like all of theirs off of an interstate, though, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're kind of like Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
They wanted theirs off of an interstate.
But the
too.
one in Crossville's got what, 43 gas pumps? 43?
I think so. And the one in Sevierville's got over 100, I think.
Yeah, and this one's supposed to have, it's going to be about 100 is what they say.
They have
so.
any plug-ins?
I'm sure.
For electric
Oh, yeah,
cars.
yes, they do, for sure, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they do. Actually, they do. In
Well,
Crossville,
yeah.
they do.
Mhm.
I don't
They have
remember
a
them up
bunch,
front,
yeah.
but,
Because I
and the
figured if
restrooms.
they're building all of these, they got to be putting those in there.
And the one in Crossville, the restrooms, how about 50 stalls plus?
Yeah.
50 stalls plus.
It's a pretty neat place if you've never been, but,
I don't know if I want to be in the bathroom with 50 other people.
The thing about it is the Titans, it's the Titan Stadium, Nissan Stadium, they're probably thinking, okay, why, people are sitting, if Buc-ee's can put 50 bathrooms in their women's bathrooms, we can have 50 restroom stalls in ours. But, yeah.
Well, they probably need 50.
Now, Colby does some other things too. He's an entrepreneur. Not only does he get involved with the digital signs, but you're sometimes when we doing the show, we see a guy holding up 5 minutes, telling us to shut up.
yeah.
That's
I probably
Colby.
need to
He's
go back to
behind
my
the.
other job.
Yeah, he's behind. Yeah, you got 2 jobs right here.
Yeah.
He's the cameraman behind the scenes filming us, and we appreciate that. And also, Colby, you, from what I understand and what I've seen, you're a growing real estate agent too.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I do that as well. I mainly stick around the Smith County area.
Yeah.
I can sell real estate anywhere in the state, but I just know my hometown really well,
Right.
and I've been blessed with that.
It helps to know the people
Colby tried
in the
to.
area.
Colby one day, it was about a month ago or 2 months ago, he's trying to rent a house out, and he put the price out, and there were so many people that balked at Colby. I kind of felt sorry and jumped
yeah.
in to help you out, but
It doesn't matter what you do. There's always going to be somebody that'll grumble about it a little bit. But I tell you, one of the reasons I got into real estate is because of the billboard business. It's because we're actively looking at leasing and buying real estate to put these things in.
So you wanted to have your thumb on that button, huh?
It just, if nothing else, the knowledge of what it takes
Knowing what's available.
to do leases and to do to buy property and the proper way to do it, and that was my driving force of doing that. And then in turn, just locally, I've been able to pick up a little business, but there in Smith County, but yeah, that was one of the main reasons I decided to do it. And but I've been blessed. I got too many irons in the fire, but
And they just adopted a new baby.
we did. We have a 4.5-month-old little girl, and I'll tell you, I don't know if I told you the story, but we found it's kind of relates to billboards and the billboard business.
you found her on a billboard. Tell me no.
Well,
Oh no, he said well.
I don't want to get I don't want to get into it too much of the political side of it, but we were on the interstate and had passed a billboard that said something like "Abortion is your right." It was a Planned Parenthood billboard, and so I took a picture of that billboard and just posted it on my Facebook page and said, "Abortion may be your right, but Jess and I would love to have your baby." Well, fast forward 2 years later, somebody had remembered seeing my Facebook post of that billboard and reached out and wanted us to adopt her baby.
Wow,
So that's
awesome.
So I'm a true believer in that billboards work, and because
Well, you've got your own success story right there.
Yes, you do.
And like I say, we're blessed. It's definitely a God thing that everything worked out the way it did. But yeah, that's people do see billboards, whether they are positive or negative billboards. People do see them, and
You're right, even if they're not positive stuff, you still remember.
yeah, people notice them. So
You do.
with that being said, if you want to advertise on the billboard, just give me a call. My phone number is 615-489-0572, or you can find us on Facebook. The Facebook page is called Media Max Digital Advertising. But
And if you can't find them there, call me at the office and I'll give you his number.
good deal. I answer the phone most any time it rings. My wife
Yes,
probably
he
doesn't
does.
like that, but I try to answer the phone.
He does. I'll vouch for that.
Well, Carolyn, I'm going to put my other hat back
Hat
on
on?
and go back
Okay.
to work for DTC.
Well, very good.
But I appreciate you letting me take a little time today to
Well,
talk about
that's
our
all
son.
right.
So, all right. Thank
And
you.
I'll be on the lookout.
Yes, yeah. If you find a spot, like I say, just give us a call, and you may may have a little spending money in your pocket.
Well, there you go. I need a little
you know,
spending money.
If you can help us, we can help you, so.
Well, all right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Kobe. All right,
One of your guests was supposed to be Santa Claus today, wasn't it?
he was sick.
He was sick. I had
Yes, he
heard a
was.
rumor going around that the elves, they were going to probably try to cancel Christmas because the elves found out that they could make more money on unemployment than they could working for him.
Oh, I don't believe that.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
I think he provides them food and housing and everything, so.
Reindeer rides and
That's
stuff like that.
right.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Free
They got it good. They
entertainment.
got it better than me.
No, Santa does a good job with
Yeah,
the chamber.
sure does.
Every year we have him at
And
the
does a
country
good job with
Christmas.
the Woodbury Lions Club as well.
They do.
Yeah, so.
They had Santa down here for pancakes with Santa, and I have a little great-grandson, and and a little great-granddaughter too, and I would love to have had him on here with Santa, but he won't even look at Santa.
Is that the one that was at the little bitty car show? The little
Yes.
kitty car show? Yeah.
Yes, he was. Oh, I want to tell you all about that. That event we will probably do again. However, that was one event where I lost control the moment they unpacked their cars and brought it around there. We had about 8 kids between the age of 2 and 4. And yeah, I've done a lot of car shows, but I've never done one quite like this, but they were just everywhere.
She thought she could get them all, you know.
I
put
did get
together
them
and
lined
get 'em
up.
all
I
lined
couldn't
up.
believe
Yeah, we
I
did
did
that.
that.
But it's kind of like lining up a herd of cats, and now it's
Well,
not going to work.
I only got run over twice.
Oh, you got run. Hey, I didn't get run over at all. Of course, I had to dodge a few. You know, it's kind of like playing Frogger out in the middle of the
But
courthouse.
we blocked off the front of the courthouse, so we had all of the rescue and emergency people there because I wanted the kids to be able to meet them.
Or if you got run over, they were right there to
One of the
take care of
gentlemen
you.
at the rescue squad told me they were going to stick around because they thought they may be needed.
Yeah. Yep, sure
But
did.
we had the Polar Express there, and that was the train that Huff and Puff, Bruce and Melanie Daniel, have put together, and it is something to behold. It really is.
And
They can make snow with that Polar Express.
they got to debut that Polar Express at the state capitol in Nashville.
Yes, they
For
did.
the parade there. And I don't know if their parade season is over with yet. Of course, we're taping this first part of December. I know Smithville and McMinnville's Christmas parades were postponed because of the rain
Right.
to this coming week. So I don't know if they're participating in that or if their Polar Express days are as far as Christmas parade's over. I'm
Right.
sure they're going to take it out. And
He
Saturday,
can't,
yes.
he wasn't in our parade, but Bruce was there.
Yeah.
And he told me that when it rains, it affects that train, the equipment that makes snow and everything, and he really can't bring it out
Yeah.
during that. But it is something, if you get a chance to go see it, it is something to see. And we did appreciate him coming down there. The little kids love it, and the big kids love it too. So this is a good thing. All righty, we do still have some events. You know, kind of slows down after December. But the Art Center on Saturday and Sunday, 16th and 17th, will be Jingle, Rattle, and Roll. And of course, these boys have been there before and they're back, only this time they're doing a holiday concert filled with energetic Christmas oldies that y'all know and love, such as Jingle Bell Rock, Here Comes Santa Claus, Santa Bring My Baby Back to Me, and so many more that were in that era of music. And I love that kind of music, and I love the Christmas carols. Now, there's still time for you to get a ticket to come to this. It will be 7:30 on Saturday night, and a 2 o'clock matinee on Sunday. But you can call the Art Center at 615-563-2787, and they'll give you all the details on what they have left. And if you need a Christmas gift, their holiday bazaar is going on. It is an inside craft show, and it will be through December 22nd. These are so many handmade, unique gifts made by artisans. So if you have someone that you just don't know what to buy for them, you might stop by there and take a look at what they have. And then on January 13th will be the beginning of their concert series for 2024. This just blows my mind. And the first series in their concerts, their first show in their concert series will be End of the Line, and this is an Allman Brothers tribute band. So a lot of people that like the Allman Brothers music, this may be the event for you, because all of their tribute bands are good.
Yeah.
I've never went to one that wasn't a good one. I haven't.
Lord, I was born a rambling man.
There you
That's one of
go.
their songs, I hope. Hope I'm on the right group.
You think you got that right?
Either that or that's Doobie Brothers or one of them. I'm not sure. I think it is Allman Brothers.
And then their first show of 2024 is going to be Anastasia.
Okay.
And that will be January 26th to February 10th. And yeah, people will like that one. That will be a good one. They do a good job down there. You got anything
Well,
sports-wise?
sports-wise, basketball season.
We're in the middle of basketball season, aren't we?
And of course, everybody knows that I work for the Cannon Courier. We have 4 individuals that are Cannon County High School students that wanted to participate in a wrestling organization. Now, here's something interesting that I didn't really, I'm all about sports and following sports, but I didn't really realize that there is girls wrestling, high school girls wrestling teams. And it's not just, I mean, a lot of the bigger schools have these teams. So since Cannon County doesn't have a wrestling team, they had to co-op. And what that means is that they can send their students to another school to participate in their wrestling. Well, all 4 of those kids got to go participate with the Warren County wrestling team. And they've got one girl, Marley Harris, which you'll hear more about her in the Cannon County scene soon, I hope. She's a wrestler. She was a soccer standout for the high school girls soccer team. And then you got 3 young men that are wrestling, and they're doing pretty well. They won each of them won their first match in the opening day back last week. So we'll keep our results for you in the Cannon Courier. When does the show come out? Does the show come out before the 10th? Oh, so next week. So it might be time that we can mention this. This isn't really sports related. As Memorial Library is having a holiday party, and puppeteer Barry Mitchell, along with Santa Claus, if he's not sick, will be there. Starts at 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock. And Marcia Petty, the library director, wanted to make sure if I could to mention that, and I told her I would if I could remember. But yeah, basketball season's about us in sports, and the middle school's doing really well.
You know, one other sport that we have, and it's not brand new, but it's fairly new, and that's our track teams. We have some really good runners in that program. And they don't get a lot of attention, but they've won a lot of awards and placed in the top of their class in very many events. You just don't hear as much about them. But there's a lot of kids involved in them, and they do a really good job.
The teams this year didn't qualify for state as a team, but they sent 2 individuals, Antonio Jones and Izzy Young, I think was her last name, to the state for individual competition. the other one, I'm trying to think of what her name is. She was the #1 runner for since last year. Surprised everybody. She was 10 seconds away from qualifying for state. She had come in 10 seconds earlier in her sectional meet than she would have been able to go to state too. But they did well. I mean, you know, they didn't place in the top 100 in their class, but, you know, considering all the runners, there was like over 300, 400 runners.
Right.
In the sectional, there were 700 runners, and so they don't keep stats past 100. If you finish after 100, they don't keep your stats or anything. So, but they did well for Cannon County, and Cannon County did really good in the district and the region when they could run. This year was hampered by a lot of sickness, flu,
It was.
COVID. They had to cancel a lot of meets. I think maybe they only got like 4 meets in, and it was toward the end of the year, which was in October, like about 4 meets there. They weren't able to have any meets in August and September either. So, you know, it was kind of a down year for the cross country team, but there was a lot of circumstances surrounding that.
Involved in it.
Yeah,
There was,
yeah.
but those kids are dedicated. I
Oh,
see
yeah.
them out running. A lot of times when I come to work in the morning, I'll see them. And my grandson was part of that team when it first started. And he used to amaze me because he would run from Woodbury to Murfreesboro.
Yeah,
'Cause he called me one
and it
time.
make it look easy too.
Yeah, he would.
And I'm like, okay, I can't even walk down the aisle with it, you know, down the driveway without trying to catch my breath, you know. But
Well,
here you
he's-
are running.
He's grown now.
Yeah.
And he did go to the St. Jude Marathon in Memphis this year, and he ran the whole marathon, but he said it about killed him.
Are they going to put that first of the year run on like they usually do?
I
here in
don't
town?
know, he hasn't told me.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But another thing, this is the season for giving. And I'm all about that, I'll guarantee you. I'm all about Christmas, but I'm all about giving too. I have just about everything in my life that I need or even want. It's hard for me to even think of something that I would say I want, but I do like to give. And being a part of the Lions Club, they're a very giving organization. And so they are partnering with the Dollar General Market. And I think this starts this Saturday. And they do this every year. It'll go through December 23rd. And they're holding a food drive every Saturday. And that food will stock the shelves at our food bank, along with a lot of the food boxes that we have throughout the county. I think there's 3 of them now. And if you're needing food, you can certainly go there, and whatever's in there, you're welcome to get some of it. All these donations go to people in need. So if you're going in the dollar market and you see us standing out there freezing,
Yeah.
buy an extra can of soup or something and donate to this, because there are people out there who do need food and things. And of course, we have a lot of organizations to take care of children. We have the Child Advocacy Center that we do a toy drive for, and their toy drive is going on now, and you can take children, and if they're family members, because a lot of these children are being raised by grandparents or aunts and uncles or whatever. And so that is a good organization. I'm not sure who is over the Toys for Tots, but another organization that can use help is the CASA organization, and they deal with children that are in crisis and also are domestic violence. Because when people come to them, it's usually with just what they've got on their back. So if you're wanting to give, there's lots of different people that you can give to. Most of our churches do a good job with that too. They have toy drives and food drives to help people at Christmas time, and I'm all about that. And today we are taping the show at the Lions Club, which every year I put up the Christmas village that is behind us. And don't ask me how many, that's people's favorite thing to ask me is, how many houses are in that? I lost count of that a long time ago. But yeah, I have to accessorize and everything.
So you could get the answers to all of that with a, just a little prize, like a giveaway, an ornament. When somebody asks you that, you tell them
I've
to
got
guess.
trivia
And when
cards.
they guess, then you say, okay, well, I don't know the real number, but if you will,
I'll take
call
your
around
word
and
for
call
it.
the houses, count the houses, and if you're close, we'll give you an ornament. We'll give you a prize.
wouldn't know if they
Those
were
people will
close
count the
or
ornament, and you've got your answer. You'll get an answer.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
We've done that before, Keith. We have.
And how many people have gone around and counted the houses?
Yeah.
Really?
They count how many dogs I had in it, how many horses.
And
were
you
in
lost
it.
the answers. You misplaced
I
them.
never had the answers to begin
Oh,
with.
well, see, that's what you do. You write them down. That way you
But
got it
I've
for next
got the
time.
trivia cards, and I do need to probably go and count them and have that because they would enjoy, well, they did enjoy doing that, the ones that did it.
Yeah.
They'd go back and count again.
Yeah, just to make sure they were correct. And I'm sure that they told you, so you'd write the answer down to where you could give it out next time. And then probably gave you their name.
We gave them all something.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that we just gave them all something.
If I did that for you, you'd give me a bottle of water, maybe. I'd be lucky.
No, I'd give you an ornament.
Would you? I need a tree now to hang it up on.
Oh, you don't have a tree.
I do have a tree.
Well, now you're making me feel
I
bad.
have 3 trees, actually. Yeah.
Do you know that there was one man on our tour of homes? He has a small house, so don't think you have to live in a big house to decorate big. I'm telling you, he not only decorates the outside of his house and his yard, when I went in, if you've ever seen a Hallmark Christmas movie,
Yeah.
his house looked like that. I was just blown away. I mean, he had everything decorated, and I love it. I love it when they decorate big. And I hope he'll be on it again next year because I do think the weather played a big part in
The turnout.
the turnout for it, you know. But anyway, and then on January 18th, we'll be having our annual Chamber of Commerce banquet, and that will take place at the Art Center. And if you'd like to become a member of the Chamber, if you'll just give me a call, I can walk you through the procedure for that. We don't have an initiation or anything. So it's very simple to do. Just give me a call. And that's just about to bring 2023 to a close, unless you have something else.
Well, we've got a few things we can talk about. I know we got a little bit of time left. I want to say a shout out to our Woodbury police officer, Jesse Froome. He was selected as the Tennessee Upper Cumberland Region Officer of the Year.
Well, all right.
So that's kind of prestigious there to have one of those. Also, this past week, the baseball field was, high school baseball field, Line Field, was dedicated and renamed the Danny Young Memorial Field. And that was right after.
That was well-deserved.
Yeah, and that's after former high school player and Major League Baseball player, Danny Young, who passed away, I guess, last year, I guess it was.
That's hard to believe.
Yeah. He's been the only Cannon County baseball player from Cannon County to have been drafted in the major leagues. He was drafted last in his class, I think in 1990, I want to say. And he was the only last person picked in the major league draft that has made it onto a major league roster when he
Right.
pitched for the Chicago Cubs many years ago. So congratulations to that on that, and I know his family. They had a big ceremony out, and his family was there. County Executive Ray Mitchell kind of conducted everything and coordinated it. There's a big. There's a sign now on the baseball field at the backstop of the baseball field, a plaque commemorating and naming it the Daniel Danny
Well,
Young
that's
Memorial
great.
Field. Yep. And another thing that we don't normally talk about around here, but I like to see more participation because of the fact of the matter, this organization does come into Cannon County. It's the United Way of Rutherford and Cannon counties. You know, they help out with the Cannon County Senior Center. They give money to them. They also help out with Child Advocacy Center and stuff. They're looking for volunteers, and there's hundreds of volunteer opportunities. They've got a lot of stuff that goes on that benefits, even though we may not physically see it, it benefits the people of Cannon County. They've got in fact, they've got a virtual kickoff for a baby basic event that's coming up. And a lot of it, yes, Rutherford County does benefit from it, but some of Cannon County's organizations will be getting stuff to give to mothers, like the health department will be getting stuff to give to mothers, to expectant mothers and stuff. And they need volunteers. And to volunteer, all you need to do is go to UnitedWayVolunteer.org. We used to have a representative that would work here in Cannon County. We don't have that anymore because I guess budget cuts or whatever the case might be. But, you know, it is a very active organization, and they do a lot of work to help people in Cannon County, especially those in need, you know, in nonprofit organizations. So that's a couple of things. And, another thing, do you like to drum? Are you a drummer?
Not
We're going to talk
really.
about this drummer. Yeah, I saw this. Let me see if I can get it right here. Yeah. Third Friday in Murfreesboro, there's an organization called Everybody Drum Some. And what happened was a couple of years ago, they got around at Old Fort Park, and it started out with about 4 people. And they started just drumming, you know, making noise ordinance laws and stuff like that, right? So they grew. And so what they've got is they're going to be kicking off their next session on December 15th at 6 p.m. in the Fellowship Hall of the St. Patrick's Anglican Church. So if you like drums or you know how to drum, that's located at 7103 Baker Road in Rutherford County. Go out there and hang out with them. I think you'll have a lot of fun. I don't know that many people around here who drum, but who knows? There might be somebody watching.
My grandson does.
Your grandson does, yeah. Okay.
He drums for the church.
Yeah, he sure does. That's right. Yeah, experienced church, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So he could go out there, take his drums. He don't have to have, in fact, tell you what, you don't even have to take your drums out there. They'll provide drums for you to play.
Well,
How nice, you know.
it is nice.
So go beat on some bongos.
Well, there we go. All right. I guess what we're going to tell you now, since this year is coming to a close, that we hope you had the opportunity to visit some of the events that we hold in Cannon County, because we do have a lot of them.
Yes,
And
do.
we have something for everybody. We have craft shows, we have horse shows, we have goat shows, tractor pulls. We have something for everyone. And so we're hoping that you made one of those. And if you didn't, we want to invite you to come to Cannon County and go to our surrounding communities, Gazaway, Bradeville, Auburn Town, who also hold events. And we have antique stores in all of those areas. If you like to antique shop, just take a day, come down here, shop the square. We have antique stores, specialty shops, boutiques. Enjoy some great food because we have some good restaurants. And don't forget our fast food restaurants too, because, hey, they're all part of it. And Keith, if you're done, I'm going to close it out.
I'm done.
All
Close
right.
it out, Carolyn.
We want to thank you for watching. And the next time we see you, it will be 2024. And we want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a happy and healthy New Year.